Good morning. Hi, Kirsten. How are you? It's a couple of minutes late this morning. Hubby's having a sleep in. Hi, Grandma D. So I made my own coffee for a start. My own starter coffee. Yeah, 1,218 cases, hey? Oh, 6 families. Oh, dear. Yeah. It's the bad stuff really is starting, isn't it? Hi, Viviane. I got your email and I'll reply to that a bit later. Put Gates to leave America. To leave immediately, yeah. 1 year in the community. Yeah, 1218. I'll have to call my aunt later, check in on her and the rest of my family who live in Wollongong and various parts of the Greater Sydney area. And my uncle who's in Melbourne and my cousins who are in Melbourne. Yeah. Victoria, I think, have 50 something. I'm not sure about the ACT yet, which is the Australian Capital Territory. Thank you for those figures. Do appreciate it. Hi, Robin Arvin, Grandma D, Viviane, Debbie Fitzsimmons. Hi. I thought about putting a short reading on when I heard about the suicide bombings. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's, yeah. Hi, Renee. So Afghanistan. The deadline is still for the 31st. There was talk about taking back another airport, Baragda or Baghdad or something, and about 25 kilometres away from Kabul or 25 miles from Kabul. Not sure about that. Stop resettling illegal. Oh, DeSantis, God, what a dick. Hi, Renee Rogers. Well, yeah, it's one of the first things I want to tackle. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Bolsonaro. Yeah. Edna May, hi, Super Queen B45. Hi, Renee Rogers. Well, I had a look at it the other day about the deadline being extended, and I said it was pretty doubtful. They might possibly get another week. But Hi, Em. That's all right, Em. Thank you. And both Renee's hi. It's a hard one. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, Britain is pulling the UK is pulling the last of their troops out. And yeah. Yeah. I did that reading too on what's going to happen within it after everyone pulls out. Really is going to be a lot of fighting amongst themselves. I haven't really had a big chance to look at other stories. 92 new cases in Victoria, hey? I've been watching some of the Paralympics. Yesterday I watched wheelchair rugby between the UK and Japan, and that is so fast, that game. And I was watching the wheelchair tennis, and the speed those chairs go in both those sports, they're such finely honed machines, and the speed they get is amazing. Hi, Bonnie Russell. That's all right. Hi, Christine Thomas. Yes, they did. They killed 2 people, but will there be more? Will there be more? I did say if they got an extension, ISIS could go, but apparently ISIS would cause trouble, but apparently they won't. Then weren't as patient as I was. ISIS K, they're called. I don't know why. They're just still baddies. Oh, you're in Asheville. That's great. Up there visiting your family, aren't you? Hi, Carter Mancy. Hi, Michelle Peterson. Goalball. That's the basketball. I haven't watched that yet. So it's the basketball, isn't it? Or are Trump supporters too far gone? Yeah. Hi, Sean Muller. Hi, Marie Sutton. It's so lovely to see you, all you guys. Is a game for the blind. Oh, I'll have to watch that. It just leaves me in awe of these, and you know, it makes you put things in perspective, really, doesn't it? DeSantis request Biden. Dishes and stitches. Bolsonaro in Brazil sees 3 options for his future: prison, death, or victory. Well, I won't look at death. I don't you know, the death he means is not a good one. I can have a look at his future in Brazil. Bonnie Russell, hi. Your sister's feeling pretty isolated. Okay, Bonnie. Let everyone just take a few seconds to send some love and healing energy to Bonnie's sister, Cindy, and to help her through her battle with COVID. Okay. So, Universal Spirit, I ask you to send a wave of healing and a wave of positive energy, white healing light and yellow positive light, to Bonnie Russell's sister Cindy, who is suffering and battling with COVID at this moment. Please help her get well and on the road to recovery. There you go. Hi, Annie. Hi, Karen Bissell. Oh, so, hi, Apple. Carl Sandlands is a radio DJ here in Australia. He's just offered to give Gladys Berejiklian a makeover. Now, Gladys is not my favourite person. She has severely mismanaged the COVID crisis in New South Wales. And every time she looks on the television, yes, she is looking more and more tired, more and more haggard. Some days she looks a little bit better than others. She's able to get a brush for her hair. Sometimes it just looks like she's brushed her, used her fingers to put her hair in place and just shoved on some clothes. So some days you can see it obviously harder on her than others. It's a big, being the Premier of a state is a big enough responsibility. Normally she's much more put together than she usually is. At offering her a makeover is a little bit just low. I mean, that's just saying you're looking a bit rough, love. And if she is, well, who can blame her? Her state has people dying every day and increasing numbers of cases. And so I think Kyle Sandilands, that's just one of the things where he's crossed the line. He never crosses it too bad, really. There was one big occasion where he did, and I think perhaps he's starting to need another quick slap over the head. Hi, Valerie Hyde. So we'll start off. And the majority of America letting the radical minority dictate things doesn't make sense. Hi, Deborah O'Neill. Unfortunately, because in a vast part of America, the radical minority are in the seats of power statewide and in some federally. And unless people get out and do those things themselves, over the Trump. Oh, Fox has done a documentary over the Trump-Taliban deal, have they? Oh, that is just terrible. Many Mississippi children have died of COVID over the last month, has died during the first 17 months of the pandemic combined. Wow. So I'm going to have a look at Afghanistan. Are ISIS going to retaliate more, even more? I got yes with the Ace of Cups. There is going to be more strikes by ISIS-K. More of them are going to be coming out. A lot of them have been in hiding. Unfortunately, I think there's a lot more out there than we realise. And they have been building up. They've been stealing. They've got abundance here, and they're also getting support from somewhere else. You're also getting support from somewhere else. Morning, sweetheart. I've made myself my first coffee, so. But your little boy wants you to say hello. Afghanistan, ISIS, spies. They have people that make sense too, because one of the things that came up with this was traitor as well. They have people within the Taliban, which chaos, there's definitely more chaos and trouble coming from them. They'll definitely be targeting people trying to get out of the country. Got community here. I just got, they're going to be tying up the Taliban for a lot. And the Taliban are going, yes, Hurricane Ida, I saw that track. So if you're in those states, Tennessee is, they've had devastating floods and everything recently. They're going to cop even more. Not good end of summer or fall for Tennessee. I'll look at that later. ISIS are going to go in and they're just going to take out over whole communities. Like, they are building up their energy. There's clash. There's really difficult transitions and difficult movement. They're going to be causing more trouble over the next few days. They're going to start upping harassment to people trying to get to the airport. You know, up until the suicide bombing, they've just been standing there being a bit intimidating and all that. They're going to step that up. If you're a foreign national and you're in some of the other parts of Afghanistan, that other provinces, get to the closest border and get out, because they're not going to be safe if they're found. Oh, that's a shame. And I do feel like it's not going to be the Taliban so much bothering foreign nationals. They would rather see the Americans out. Not that they're that warm and fuzzy, but they know it'd be stupid to kill. But the ISIS, if ISIS catches up to any foreign nationals, yeah. So it's definitely, definitely get out, grab your passport, anything you can, get to the closest border you can and cross into it. You know. I do think ISIS-K have infiltrated the Taliban as well. I do feel that those two there's going to be a real internal struggle between those two. Meanwhile, troops who didn't give up and joined the vice president up in the hills, where they've taken those provinces back, I think will slowly be able to start working. And if you can get into the provinces where, if you are a foreign national, you can get into those provinces that have been taken back by the Afghanistan's vice president and his troops. Get there at least. Yeah, get out. Yeah, ISIS want their own territory. I said that last week, didn't I? They want their own territory. They want their own community. And they've got backing from somewhere too. Yes, it's going to be a really, really intense few days with that Hurricane Ida. Okay. I don't know if it's intensified to a 5, but it's a 4, which is bad enough. It doesn't get any bigger than 5, so you can imagine how big a 4 is on its own. So, hi, Catherine Stubbs. Will they be forced to close the evacuation window early? Yes. Yeah. Will there be more trouble? Will there be more attacks on the people waiting to get out? Will there be more attacks on the people waiting to get out? Yeah, definitely. Big momentum. It is justified fears. Big momentum. Yeah, and yeah. Definitely, there's going to be more. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Any opportunity offered, they'll get people in. Momentum, movement towards something big happening. Justified fears here. Biden will, yeah, it's going to cause heartbreak. It's going to strengthen Biden's resolve. You'll head in a new direction, I think. Some authorities are expecting Ida to be worse than Katrina. Katrina was a Cat 5, wasn't it? So, they're still wearing their guns in, are they? It's nice to see you back, Catherine Stubbs. How bad is Hurricane Ida going to be? Weapons in another attack on Congress. I'll tell you right now, if they turn up with weapons like guns and stuff and they start charging, the Capitol Police and others will shoot to kill. They will use deadly force back, which they tried not to do on 1/6, but they will this time. I don't know who that is, but prayers to his family and everything. I don't know what he was in or anything. So that Matthew Midland, but prayers to his family. He sounds like he was very young. Okay, Hurricane Ida. Yeah. Let's have a look. I'm just going through assigning the suits to different cups: water, air, swords, wind, pentacles, earth, mudslides, displacement of earth, wands, fire. So that puts them in their natural elements there. Hi, Anne Rudd. I'm looking at Hurricane Ida. It is looking pretty big and nasty and mean. So let's have a look. High Priestess. There's been plans and strategies and things laid out. Use them. You know, evacuation centres have been set up, this, that and the other. Use them. Don't wait for the last minute. Be wise. Use your brain to get out of the way of this thing. Have a plan, have a strategy. Follow it if you're in that area. Okay. Chariot, it is momentum, big momentum. Everything about this is big. You can see the wind here. Very, very strong winds. The clouds building up. It may even hit a bit sooner than anticipated. Okay. Hi, 171 sign in. Hi, Anne Rudd. Hi, Therese Balthazar. I'm looking at Hurricane Ida. Be prepared to move. Be prepared for it to maybe even get to land a little bit quicker than anticipated. It could speed up. Knight of Pentacles. It is going. This is the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight. Pentacles also mean resources. If you have your plans and your strategies in place, use them, especially with getting water together. Even if you're evacuating, take water and food and as much with you as you can. Make sure you're as stocked up as you can be, because it is going to take a while for resources to get to some areas because of the damage that it's going to do. Got the 10 of Wands here. The wind is really blowing here around this guy. It is going to be a real battle. Going to take some places by surprise earlier than they expect. Others, it's going to be hanging over them longer than they think. It's, yeah, embattlement. It's going to be a real big one, a real battle. Damage. What damage is it going to do? Four of Cups. It is going to just people. I really see, I'm sorry, I see Tennessee getting hit really, really bad with rain, and they already had all those floods and everything not that long ago, didn't they? Hi, Shelby Lisa. and they're tired. And they don't know if they can do any more. If they've got another big wet, another wet coming, and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, and there's still going to be the same issues coming up. This looks, it's a I'm sorry to put it so, this is a real devil of a hurricane. It's going to bring everything on. There's some areas where there could even be threats of fires in the aftermath because of damage to infrastructure and stuff. Yeah, a real battle. Five of Wands is just the energy. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. The energy in this thing is, thank you, Sean Muller, is so. Probably hasn't been anything like it since Yahtzee, which was down here, which was huge. I've got landslips in some areas that are already weakened. The soil's already weakened and waterlogged, and more happening. So there could be landslips and landslides happening in some areas. I hope not. Definitely destructive winds. And we've had the water, of course. The fears about this are justified. So please, if you're instructed to evacuate, please do so. Take as much as you can, so you can help yourself as much as you can in a evacuation centre and stuff like that. Well, I went to it all the other day with the hurricane going through New York, and yeah, the New York area. Well, anti-maskers get more violent and anti-vaxxers. In some areas, yes, they will. But there are other areas where they're being subdued pretty quickly, especially when they start seeing some of their own number falling to this. But that is going to spur a lot of them are going to calm down. But there's a lot. There's this small percentage that are going to get it into their head that these people were poisoned with COVID, deliberately given it and stuff like that, that they're fellow anti-vaxxers and all that. So be prepared for that to come out. Not going to be that many of them, but there's going to be that small percentage who, Trumpian ones. They're going to need to. They're going to need to. Yeah, somebody asked if there was going to be domestic terrorism threats in September. Hi, Shelby, Lisa. Well, some people have a natural immunity to things. Might not get very sick, but yeah, there's going to be, I think some of them are going to start calming down and realizing that but there's always those ones who will never believe and will always put my enemies did it ahead, you know. Yeah. Leave the airport area due to a specific credible threat. I'll have a look, quick look at that. Leave the airport. Is this true? Is this true, this specific credible threat for Americans, people to leave the Kabul airport? Yes, definitely. If they stay there, they're going to find themselves in yes, that's true. It is a very specific, credible threat. And it will, yeah, it is a real threat that I do see loss and heartbreak here with the five of cups and the 10 of swords. I also see a real battle with the 10 of wands. The threat is, even though all those three are no cards, the threat is very credible with the nine of wands, 9 of cups, and the lovers. Thanks, Em. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. Hi, Linda B. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. It's a real threat. There will be losses. It's going to really, yeah. Oh, dear. Terrorists in September. Hi, Deborah O'Neill. Yes, I'm just going to read on that now, okay? Will there be attacks in America by the domestic terrorists in September? Oh, and they'll try and blame it on other people. Yeah, it's hard when you realise that, Robin, when you have become a bit numb and just can't care anymore, and it's really hard, and it can make you feel like a bit of a, but it's just, you can only give so much, can't you? You can only give so much care about people who so blatantly don't care about themselves. You have to let them you know, you just have to say, on your head be it, and send your energy and spend energy on things that will help rather than things that won't. So no, don't feel like the worst person. It's like trying to help someone who does not want to help, who does not want help. In the end, it's, you know, all you can do is just let go. And yes, you might feel numb and all that, but you can't give that energy to them anymore because it wears you down. And they have to come to the realization themselves. And you have to know you've done everything you can, and in the end, it's what happens, happens. Don't feel bad. Don't feel like the worst person, because you're not. The fact that you cared enough shows that. Okay, domestic terrorist threats in September. There are definitely people who are going about talking to each other and making plans. That's definitely, the threat is definitely real. It's definitely there. But the challenge to them is there's a lot of communication, is that there's a lot of inside people who are putting themselves in danger every day that they go to these meetings or this or that to find out what's going on and communicate it to the authorities. And there's a lot of them out there in America at the moment. So please send protective energy to all those people who are, they may even have started out true blue to this organisation, but come to the realisation that no, this is not right. And, you know, and quite a lot of the people who are feeding information are these sorts of people who still believe in basic tenets of the organisation, but the line has been reached where they say, no, this is not what I want. But rather than just walk away, they put themselves at risk by staying and helping. So please send a burst of protective energy out to these people who are either undercover or are putting themselves at risk to help stop these attacks, okay? Yeah, so the challenge is communication. And the advice is get ready for exposure in a lot of cases. They're going to be swooped on, sorry, before they have a chance to do anything. But there are still some that are so insecure. There are still some cells and all that they're small and they're and they're not feeling very secure at the moment, and that makes them dangerous. They're feeling very cornered, and that makes them dangerous. And yeah, there could definitely be some events happening. Hi, Anne Rudd. Yeah, brothers always think they know better, don't they? Catherine Stubbs. My brother will always tell me he thinks he knows more. Yeah, there are definitely going to be some incidences in September. Including possibly one quite big one. But again, there are people who have put themselves at risk. Some do it because it's their job. Some just do it because they realise things have gotten to a point with these people they've known for years that sometimes it's like, if they'll do that to other people, what would they do to my family if we express something different or this or that? And so, yeah, there are people there. So protective, no matter what their motivation, just send prayers of protection to these people. Yeah, deals. Yeah, right. The Lovers card, it goes right back to the biblical sentiment here with Adam and Eve. They're being cast out of the garden. It's like being cast out of the garden got into my head for some reason. I tried telling my brother once, nobody wanted to buy him. No, not really. If you're watching, love you. um, yeah, cast out. Justified fears. Justice, on top of being cast out, it's going to be, I think there's going to be a few compounds around the country, you know, where people, might be a few raids on some compounds around the country. A lot of people swooped up, a lot of weapons and stuff swooped up. But don't expect it to make big news. Hi, Sheila. I'm inquisitive. How are you, my darling? Hi, Deborah Costro. That's all right. Like I said, you don't have to apologise to me for being late or anything. And hello to everyone who's not in the chat and watching. I do appreciate you joining us. I really do. Thank you so much. And to everyone else who clicks on the video later to watch it. Donald Trump's niece says he will run for president 20. Lack charisma. Oh, no, there's not going to be a Trump political dynasty. Let's have a read on that. Let's read if Mary Trump is right. Oh, my goodness. It's just terrible. Hi, Kate Sweet Blue. Good day to you too. Scott, if you're watching, hello. It's the other day that you watch but don't always comment, so you don't have to comment back, but hello. You're here to hang with me again. Yes, we'll have to do a get together. Yeah, we're looking at, will there be a Trump political dynasty? Dynasty, I think some Americans call it. It just depends on where you are, I guess. So, okay. Will there be a Trump political dynasty? Oh, they absolutely have utmost faith that there's going to be one. Hi, Jean Nizolowski. Hello. It's lovely to see you here. And thank you for joining us for help, even if it is only for a short time. I appreciate it when you come on and join. Thumbs up would be great. And yeah, you're from New York. How are you going after the storm the other day? Has anyone seen Geek Hillbilly? I haven't seen him on for a while. Hopefully he's not mad at me. Hi, Shelby Lisa. I'd love to do a video with you, Sheila, so just let me know. So they definitely think that the sun shines out of their collective butts, and The challenge is going to be resources, because honestly, people are not going to want to know any of the younger Trumps. So they're not going to be able to get the resources to establish that. At the base of that, because they're greedy merchants. They're not like the Kennedys, who are a long-term history of service, and and the Bushes, who are also a long-term history of service in this political arena. They are dynasties, with political dynasties, and will continue to be so. But they're not viewed that way by people, the Trumps. They're viewed as greedy merchants who just want to get power. There's no, then they weren't brought up with not a doctrine, but a family tradition of public service. Okay? And stuff like that. So they don't have the stuff. The past. The truth that is going to be coming out about Donald Trump is also going to put the kibosh on that. And I did see someone ask me earlier, when are indictments coming? We'll have a look at September for indictments, okay? At the moment, more and more people are just turning their back on Trump, the junior Trumps. They're hanging in with Daddy because they need him. But the junior Trumps, and some of them don't want to do it. Eric Trump's wife is very, very ambitious, and politically, I don't think he could give a toss. He's got his own problems to deal with. And so, honestly, they have other things to deal with. And they've used up all their magic potion. Hi, Leona Thomas. Oh, wow. Who'd be disowned if they went into a different... They're just going to wait it out. They're just going to wait. But they know they've had all they're going to have from the lucky elixir, the magic potion, from other people. Immediate future for the Trump political dynasty. Yeah. It's a bit hard to run for office when you're sitting in jail. Oh, Jean, that's lovely. If you know of some creditable organisations that people can contribute to help out people in Afghanistan, please feel free to post it in this if you like, or in the comments. Yeah, post it in the comments, okay, down below. And yeah, so what is in their what is in their environment at the moment? This is Daddy Dearest, but he's not. The realization that he's not going to be the empire builder or the dynasty builder that they thought he was going to be. They honestly thought that they would be the next great political dynasty in the US. But Daddy's not that. He should be that. It's everything that's not needed to build a good foundation for a political family. Whitby. Oh, Sheila, thank you. What do people see? People who need a good whack across the head to wake up. People who are just full of bad energy, who lack creativity and charisma. So it should be up. There's no reversals in this deck, but it should be upside down. They lack energy, they lack charisma, they lack creativity, everything. They just don't have the stuff to be like the Kennedys or the Bushes. You know, I think a Rockefeller might be popping up in the future. I don't know if there's any left, but if there is, I think, or you know, a Rockefeller connection might be popping up in the future. Their hopes and fears. Are they hoping that they'll be able to work together to create, you know, but they're fearing, of course, that that's not going to happen, that it's all going to fall apart. What is the future for the Trump political dynasty? The family, their win at all cost attitude, going to force them back into the background. So we've got the family, the Republican Party. They're going to try and use the Republican Party, but the Republican Party is not going to have much to do with it. Their win at all cost attitude is just not going to keep happening. It's going to bring them down. Will be forced back into the minutiae background, I suppose, minutiae-filled background of that stained glass window. No real support there, lack of support. And what's on the bottom? Yeah, it begins and ends with Trump, his dynasty. Yeah. So, no, it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah. Oh, wouldn't surprise me. Hey, baby. Could I get a fresh coffee, sweetheart? We do love each other very, very much. That doesn't mean we don't have times when we're not each other. But, yeah.
What's going on? Let me get coffee.
A coffee. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks,
What
baby.
sort of coffee would you like?
Just an instant. 1.5 of the coffee and some cream.
Oh, when did you say the shopping was arriving?
Shopping?
This is cheap this month.
Yeah. Maybe shopping came yesterday.
Oh, that's right. We got a huge delivery yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday, sweetheart. Thank you, Shelby, Lisa. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll probably have a decaf later. That as I've been letting you guys know that I'm cutting Sundays down to 2.5 hours rather than 3. So
Oh,
one doctor's already been pulled up and is being investigated over prescribing ivermectin for COVID. Oh, yeah, 1,218 cases in New South Wales.
Yeah.
6 people, unfortunately, have died. So prayers to their family.
yeah.
1 case in Queensland, 92 in Victoria. I don't know about the ACT.
I hope Victoria not go the way of Australia.
New South Wales, you mean?
Oh, sorry, New South Wales.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Right. Oh my God. 6 deaths though in New South Wales.
Yeah. For in the US, in the Mississippi, in the last 24 hours, I think, or maybe the last week, more children have died from COVID in Mississippi than died during the rest of the.
What?
Then died from the rest of the pandemic so far.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Mm.
I thought the kids were getting it, but getting over it quickly.
No, sweetie.
Kids are dying of it.
Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah. They give any details of ages or circumstances?
No, but they'll be under 16.
Oh. Hope the Landers is going to be safe in Melbourne.
I'm sure he will. That's the grandson of a friend of ours. So. Judy Malley says good morning.
Did I get a good morning?
Yes, you got a good morning.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Estelle Harrington. Yeah.
Oh.
So, indictments in September. Yes, storm surge from a Hurricane Ida. Please, everyone, do as the authority. If they say it's too late to leave, stay in place. Make sure you have everything you can in the safest part of your house. Water, enough food, things like that. So I won't give you another what you can do best to help others. Well, help how you can best help yourself. Lecture on that. I'm sure you all heard it the other day. Yeah, that'll be the sugar that keeps you up all night, Robin Arvin. Okay, so indictments in September. Will there be any indictments coming down on Trump in September? Deals, quid pro quos.
Oh.
Conflict. Thank you, Judy Malley. I do appreciate the support, guys. Thank you so much. Tara S. Hi. Hi, Sharon Sight.
2.5 minutes, so super hot.
Yeah.
Okay, be careful.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Gosh, I like breakfast.
Oh, he gave me his Mandalorian mug. That is true love. Sharon Sipe, Tara S. I'm looking at indictments in September. I'm starting with Trump himself. Quid pro quo deals. I'm trying to make a deal. I think Georgia might be getting close to a conflict, debate. Six of Cups, past actions. I'm going through a revisal process where I do a couple of times a year. I do revise on all my cards and stuff. One of the meanings with the five of wands is a need to prove oneself. So legal affairs cause worry and there's danger of far-reaching deception. So this could be a bit of legal affairs causing worries and also a need to prove himself. A need to prove himself what? Innocent. Yeah. Eight of Cups. That's witness. That can often be witnesses. So we'll have a look and see what else comes out with the Eight of Cups. Emotional news on top of the Five of Wands. He's not going to handle it well. Now, on top of the Six of Cups, which is past action, there's Three of Pentacles, which is past action, trying to bring things, coerce people or get people to work with him. I do feel Georgia might be getting near to indicting him, the state of Georgia. Yeah. Yeah, because we've got Biden here, taking on the challenge to prove himself and beat Biden. Offer on top of the 8 people walking away, there's the 10 of Cups, money, it's also a card of legacy and resources and power, trying to make a deal to cement his power. I do think that this might be Georgia, might be getting ready to indict him. We already know that the state of SDNY have indicted the Trump org at the moment. They're working on that at the moment before they do anything with Donald. Get all their ducks in a row there will help them get Donald. But I do feel maybe the state of Georgia is close to indict, possibly by the end of September, might indict him.
Fred? Baby. Sorry for the interruption. You said Missouri, how many children?
Mississippi, I don't know, but it's a few, quite a lot.
Wow. Sorry to interrupt you there, but
That's all right.
all over the place. My face. Oh.
Hi, Gail Champion. Haven't seen you for a little while. How are you? So that was Donald indictments. I think Washington DC, they're going to await the results of the they are investigating themselves and they're sharing their things with the 1/6 Commission. And hi, sweet 58P, how are you? Could be a bit of that, yeah. We'll see. It'll come in spurts, I think. Hi, Aria Song. Thank you so much for the support. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hi, Mimi Rose. The balancing act. The indictments are a balancing act, getting it right. I didn't really have my mind on anyone in particular, but this is a balancing act, getting it right. I'm just going to put that back in. Now I'm going to move on to Don Jr. Is Don Jr. going to be indicted in everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome. I'm missing Geek, but I think I peed him off. I'm so sorry if I did, Geek. Hope he's all right. Let's see. John Jr., is he going to be indicted in September? Resources, money, Queen of Luxury. He was one of the breaking up Facebook. Well, that'd be interesting. I will read on that. Thanks. It's like he and Eric Jr. were put in charge together. So not a king, but a consort. So they were like consorts. Oh, big tower coming for the man. He's definitely feeling some anxiety. Definitely feeling some anxiety. I think he can feel things closing in on him. Oh, that's good. I'm glad he's okay. Strength, strong case, strong. There is a strong case. Aided. He cannot talk his way out of it. This tower, he cannot talk his way out of it. The star on top of the 9, anxiety. He's really hoping that he can. Things are going to start looking better, but they're not really. Change of fortune for him coming up. Strong case. They've got a strong case against him. Change of fortune. Secrets and lies and things are going to be coming out. He's going to be out in the cold despite his hopes. Yeah, he's got a little hope of being out in the cold. Yeah, I do feel that there might be indictments coming for him in September. Yeah. That holds for any election, doesn't it? Hi, Edna May. Lieutenant Michael Bird's safety. I read on him before. Brave man. Yeah, I do think he's safe. I do think he's safe. Yeah, Shelby Lisa, thank you. Emmett Till, 60 to brutally murdered. He wasn't he the last man officially lynched? I'm going to do just a couple of cards, see if I can tap into his energy. Guides the highest truth and compassion. Please help me tap into the energy of Emmett Till. Love, compassion for others, forgiveness. He thinks of his family. He was cold. He was just felt so cold for a while. Movement. Things got out of hand so quickly. I don't do this very often because I'm looking at Emmett Till, looking into his energy. He thinks of his family. He just felt so cold. Things got out of hand so quickly. But it acted like a beacon. What happened? He feels like what happened to him was it's like a beacon. And it helped equip people to move forward in their fight, and leaders, and it helped spur a whole new generation of leaders. So, but what I got when I first tapped in was love, compassion, forgiveness. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you, babe. The other jar is there too, but that's full. Hi, Greta. The little one? I don't know whether it. Yeah, I know he was murdered. I don't know how. But, yeah. I do know he was murdered, and I do know he wasn't very old. Yeah, it sort of acted like a beacon and inspired new leaders, and it just everything just happened so quickly, and he was so cold. Yeah. Okay. Weapons in another attack on Congress. Like I said, if they show up and if they have weapons and they start forward, it will be a shoot to kill situation. Will people turn up on September 18 with weapons? Is that heater on, Bub? If it is, could you turn it off?
It is.
Thank
Do
you.
want me to turn it off?
Yeah, please. Yeah, not good. September 18. Leadership is going to require strong leadership to get through, but they're determined too. to get Trump back in there. And they're determined and they're prepared to do anything. Things will, if they're not careful, things will escalate quickly. The response will be they will not be treated as citizens. They will be treated as domestic terrorists if they show up with arms. It's going to be a very insecure time in Washington, D.C. in September, especially around the 18th. Lies and deceptions. Abundance, protection. The people, they will protect the Capitol. They will use, and they will be instructed to use whatever force is necessary, deadly force if need be. Happy birthday, Sweet Pea. I am just gonna I'm just sending a quick email. Something in someone's comment caught my attention, so I'm sending a quick email. Okay. So hi, Marie Sutton. I'm just sending a quick email. You guys are like a big extended family to me. So just bear with me for a minute. Okay. While I send this quick email, it's an important email. So okay, thank you for your patience, guys. Sometimes you feel an "are you okay" email is important to send. So even the Taliban want to get away from the Taliban. Well, yes, he will. He will uncover the news. He will. Okay. He'll even, I do think he'll even get in for a second term. I heard somebody say the other day that they felt that Biden was going to be one of the greatest presidents the US has had. I do feel that way too. And he's going to be doing the tough yards. Yeah. Yeah, it is easier for me to see questions that you might have if they're in all caps, okay? Just, yeah. Thank you, Anne Rudd. We're heading into the last hour now. Yes, veterans are having a hard time of it. So we'll send a a healing prayer and a prayer of positive light, prayer of healing light and positive light to all the veterans from all countries who are having a tough time of it. So universal spirit, please send waves of white healing light and yellow positive light to all of those veterans around the world who are having a hard time coping with the situation in Afghanistan. Please help them through this difficult time. And help them see the love and respect that so many of us have for them. Okay. More QAnon people get into Congress. Interesting question. Okay, Biden and Facebook. I will ask the QAnon question too. Is Biden going to go after Facebook? You might have to find a new platform. That's all right. Oh, sweetheart, Marie, don't stress. You can always watch me later, Marie. If it's helping you just get through, but please prayers to your husband that he's okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Marie, you don't have to apologize for coming and going. A lot of people do that. Wow. Really? AOC is going to get in again. She's going to be there for a long time. Okay. Biden and Facebook. Facebook. Oh, there's a big tower coming up there with Facebook. Energy. The devil. The repeated cycle of misinformation is a real challenge to Facebook, and it's a challenge because Biden is definitely, he is determined to spend some energy on Facebook and its role in the last few years with election misinformation, with allowing videos to be posted and keep going when they shouldn't have been, with COVID misinformation. There's definitely going to be some movement with Facebook. Yes, some fracture. They have been asked repeatedly to clean up their act, but they don't really care. They're just about making money. So this is going to be a bit of an offer they don't want, but they might have to take. What I see it's new legislation being introduced, but it's not just this new legislation. It's not just going to be in the US. The US is going to be talking to other countries. There's going to be basically a standard set. The ISO, which is the International Standards Organization, is one of those organizations that they set standards for all sorts of things, to everything from how something can be manufactured to what level of excellence you have to meet to reach certain benchmark, to what should be put into metadata for images and data sets and things like that. So I'm familiar with the ISO and the Open Geospatial Consortium, the OGC, which is another one. Facebook does allow the use of location through mobile devices and all that. So some of their standards fall under the Open Geospatial Consortium. Then there's the ISO. There's really going to be, this I feel is like global, new standards being brought in, and some legislation built upon these new standards. Look, Facebook, it is going to go through a tough time. It's, yeah, assessment, overindulgence, overstepping things. They're like they're on their last chance, really. I feel like they've been given a couple of chances before and support's been there. But, yeah, they could be facing sanctions and stuff. Ace of Pentacles. I do feel like there might be something going on with this docs. I don't know, they've got shares or whatever. Is it still privately owned? I'm not quite sure, but there's definitely going to be some changes happening with Facebook. Whether it will go away, I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what was the question? Believe in eternal life. Oh my God. More QAnon people get into Congress. More will run. There's going to be a deeper vetting process. More details. More details. They keep things pretty close to their chest until they're in there. Minor celebrations. Yeah, I do think some will run. Whether they'll get in there is a different matter. Some will keep things hidden. But I don't think, yeah, I do think some will run, but whether they'll get in, I don't think so. Will Facebook be broken up? Well, they bought out Instagram. I'll ask that question. Will Facebook be broken up? Hi, Feisty Butterfly. Tara, how are you? Will Facebook be broken up? Okay, Jean, I'm going to ask you questions. Will Facebook be broken up into several smaller companies? I'm going good, thank you. Six of Swords. That's a maybe card. That is momentum, movement towards something, having to get through a bit of a rough patch. Three of Swords. Well, that's a no card. It's heartbreak, but that could be heartbreak. Queen of Pentacles is a yes. The Hermit, maybe. I feel like there could be sanctions brought onto Facebook. But King of Swords, prosecution. Knight of Wands. Movement towards investigations. Oh, yeah, I think that with time it's still a little ways away because there's quite a few major arcana here with the Hermit, the Justice card, and the Empress. But yes, the abundance that they enjoy. There's going to be Knight of Cups, not fulfilling the promises. They made certain commitments to the government, to the US government, about their about how they would run things in future, and they haven't met it. So yeah, I do feel that it could get broken up into at least 3 companies, Jean. So yeah, sorry I didn't read on it sooner. I read on the clash with Facebook itself and the governments and organizations. So, but yeah, I do feel it could get broken up into at least 3 companies. Is Zuckerberg going to be out? Frozen out. The Fool. Yeah, he's going to be starting a new journey. Ace of Wands. I think he'll be well happy to be shot of Facebook, to tell you the truth. I think he's got ideas he wants to pursue somewhere else, doing something else, which is the Fool and a fresh start, creative energy and ideas, and hopes for building something new. So I think he's, wouldn't surprise me if he broke it up and sold it before other people could come down and knew there. Will there be a crackdown on COVID protests in New South Wales and elsewhere? Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. The UK is ending their airlift. Night, Debbie. Thank you for joining us. Do appreciate it. Okay, New South Wales. Will there be a crackdown on the protest? More chaos coming with those. There's going to be more people ending up before the courts. So we've got the Night of Thoughts, more chaos coming with protests. More people ending up before the courts. Unfortunately, I think that there might be a toll on some of the protesters with getting sick. Some of these protesters could turn out to be super spreaders. I do feel there's going to be some fines, some families. King of Cups, bringing it back to a sense of emotional stability, or a sense of stability returning. Yeah, I do feel there's going to be more crackdowns, more fines, some people being arrested, even some more, and having to defend themselves. It's coming to a head, I think, the protest. Oh, yeah. Look, things are going to get worse in New South Wales before they get better. They don't understand that the more they're out there protesting, the more super spreader it becomes, the longer they're going to have to be in lockdown. They're acting on, a lot of them are just acting on pure frustration and emotion at the moment with the Ace of Cups there. We've got on top of the Ace of Cups the Eight of Swords, and in doing that and continuing to do that, they're painting themselves into a corner. It is understandable that they want to be able to go out and do things. But, you know, there's a big tower moment coming with that. Thank you, Jean. It was lovely to see you. You're always welcome to join us. Everyone is. Okay. Who's got more questions? I know. It's frustrating that these anti-vaxxers are getting sick and the anti-maskers are getting sick, and it's sad. Yeah, closer to New Orleans. I think it might go over New Orleans relatively quickly before slowing up. That doesn't mean it's not going to do any damage and stuff. It is. It's a big system. It's a huge system. Who's got some questions, guys? We've got another half hour almost, just over another half hour before I wrap it up for the day. I can check the news feed. One lady here is asking, why did I get very sick with COVID even after 2 jabs? Even after I had both jabs. Those jabs are AstraZeneca, that's probably why. fully vaccinated against the virus, but she got very sick. She had AstraZeneca. Yep, both doses of AstraZeneca. Unfortunately, darling, that's probably why. People think the efficacy of the vaccine will stop them from getting sick. No, it increases the chances of you not dying. And in some people, some lucky people, it increases the chances of them not getting it. So. Yeah, there will always be people there. Respect. Saying, I think that's lovely that you all say good night to all the spirits that are still there. Will it be okay to, of course, on our US Rep Nicole Maliotakis? She voted against approving the electors on Jan 6. Will she get back in? Oh, they're scared. I can tell you this right now, they're scared. They're going to try and stop it, but it's not going to happen. They can't. Okay. Universal Spirit and guides the highest truth and compassion. I ask for your help in providing insight, clarity, and objectivity into the energy of US Representative Nicole Maliotakis. Who voted against approving the election. Yes, Uncover the News, I will read on that. Hi, Marsha. Hi, Marsha Miller. Hello. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. She's not about the people. She's in it for money, you know, cozy pensions and this, that, and the other. She's in it for herself. This is the card of the mercenary. Yeah, so this is the card of the mercenary. Look, she will make any deal to keep herself in power and to raise money to stay in power, to be elected, keep elected. But she will not deal. She will never be in on a bipartisan thing. 6 of Wands. Emissary for the king. She is a true believer that Trump won. But you know what? She is not feeling very secure at the moment. She's feeling a little bit insecure. Yeah, well, we'll sort about that. Yeah, we'll have a look at that. Thank you. That's an interesting question about Lauren Boebert. Ace of Pentacles. This woman is always looking for an opportunity to make herself better. Will she get back in? Knight of Cups. She is definitely not there for the people. She will lie, cheat, steal to stay there, anything. But all her promises, she will never keep them. Will she get back in? Page of Cups. Emotional, surprising news for her. 8 of Cups. People walking away. The Star. She's hopeful, but the Chariot. Momentum. She might have a late surge. Page of Pentacles, disruption. She's still hoping, but people are starting to walk away from her. Okay. And she is one of those GOP who is scared about the phone records. That's why she's feeling insecure. And yes, there will be subpoenas issued in a couple of weeks when certain things are not turned over. Let's see, how do they feel? Oh, I think I'll do the Sibylla. A little Sibylla cards. Oh, got a Lenormand deck here that just spilled out from where I've had it sitting. Oh. Oh. It's all right book. The reason I have the little book is that I'm not Italian. I know a few words, but these cards are in Italian. Yeah, they will get arrested when they land. I'm not saying she won't. I'm not saying she won't win at this stage. People are turning away from her. So I'll definitely read on her earlier, closer to the elections, okay? Okay. How are the GOP feeling? What's on their mind? The gift of precious stones, a present, not necessarily unselfish. Yeah. They are worried about what phone records from certain people are going to show up, be a gift to the commission. Q4 falsita, lie, hypocrisy, hidden intentions. Oh yes, they're worried about it, all right, because some of the lies and the hidden intentions will be coming out. P8. Distraught by jealousy, excessive attachment, doubts, suspicions. They're really starting to doubt things. Okay, so what's in the environment of it? Oh, melancholia. Let's see. The feeling of consolation. Great consolation. Gratification achieved after a long time. They're really worried. They are really, really worried about this. Is underneath the present, the gift. Melancholia. Sadness, depression. They're really, really worried about what's going to come out. I don't think they're feeling sad or depressed, but very worried, very worried. That's in the environment too. C4 underneath the jealousy card. The suspicion, the doubts and suspicion about people's fidelity. Yeah, they're really worried. Doubts and suspicions are going to be proved true. This can also be truth, fidelity. So I'm using here the everyday oracle card, Vera Sevilla Italiana. They come with a little book which has the different translations of the cards in it. Now, so we've read what's on their mind in the environment and what are contributing factors to this worry. Servant, lookout, amica, friends. So a contributing factor to the worry about the gift that it's being given. Help, housework, errand, help. It is going to help the 1/6 commission, those phone records. That's why they're so worried. And yeah, not feeling good. The lookout. Far-sightedness, great ambitions. Yeah, the great ambitions here. How some people were going to achieve their ambitions. It's going to come out. That's a contributing factor because there's some clues in those records about how some people were going to achieve their ambition of putting Trump back in. Confident guest relationship of trust. This is under doubts and suspicions about fidelity. They can't trust people not to do a flip and try and save themselves. Yeah. A confident guest relationship, to keep secrets. There's secrets there that are going to come out, and that's another contributing factor. So overall, yeah, they're pretty bloody nervous. Lauren Boebert, isn't it customary for freshmen to be given a tour before they're sworn in? If she was on one of those as a elected freshman, she had every right to be on those. She would not have had any right to give tours. So I would have thought that the freshmen, it would be a customary thing. I think that they would have, I do think that might have just been a customary thing for freshmen, for elected freshmen who haven't been there before. Took advantage of that. Basically, will the USA start to see red states turn blue? I'm seeing some purple states turning blue. They were not giving tours due to COVID. Okay, right, well, let's have a look then. Lauren Boebert, how did she get in? Private guest. Private guest. Yeah. Yeah, private guest, probably from the speaker or someone like that. She might have made a deal with one of her donors to donate to whoever it is who gave her the tour, to donate to their campaign. And her campaign are being looked at very carefully. Leave them upside down. Loss of money, groups. Yeah, she made a deal, basically. her and a couple of us, yeah, there are about 3 or 4 people already in there who didn't need to be sworn, you know. Look at this tower card. It's gorgeous, so Art Deco. It's there's a lot of Art Deco touches in these cards. Yeah. That's going to come out. If she shouldn't have been there and was given a tour, that it's going to come out, and it is going to bring somebody down with it. Definitely money. Yeah. Lieutenant Bird is going to be safe. He would do the same again if he had to. Reconnaissance tours. Well, some of them were, yes. Well, red states turn blue. Now, I'm getting purple turning blue. So there's some states that are purple at the moment that are going to go blue. Yeah, no, the speaker didn't know. No, it wasn't the speaker who I didn't mean the speaker. I meant like Kevin McCarthy and all that. He arranged it. So, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to imply it was Pelosi. I meant Kevin McCarthy, the minority leader. Look to him for that. Okay, I'm seeing blue states purple states turning blue. Definitely. A new journey with that. 6 of Swords and 5 of Swords, but they're reversed. Fruitless. Partial success. There is going to be some states where there's going to be a delay in getting some results in because they're going to fight it. The Chariot stopped momentum. The Devil, but freeing themselves of the devil in this case, of those bad habits. So purple states are going to turn blue. The High Priestess, there are real strategies in place. Fresh journeys. So we've got the World. It started out with the World, which was a new journey and resolution and a new start for some of these days. A new light shining through. The Swords are all reversed that have come out here. The 10 of Swords, a new start, recovery from betrayal or frustration. The troubled time will go on for a while, yet don't give in to negative thinking. Yeah, there's going to be somewhere it's going to be a real fight. Okay. I'll say three sword cards all reversed. At least 3 states, there's going to be a huge fight, but there's going to be some other purple states that will turn blue. Now, red states turning purple or blue. Let's see. Will some red states turn blue? Some red states turn blue. Thinking of moving my Tuesday night this time, reading to Tuesday morning my time, which is Monday night your time. I might do Wednesday morning my time, which is Tuesday night your time. So I think I'll do that. Okay, so thank you, Em. Okay, will some red states turn blue? Knight of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. They're both all good cards. 6 of Cups. Returning back to a different time. King of Swords. Temperance. High Priestess. Lots of maybe cards here. 7 of Wands. Some will stand, some won't. But some will, yes. Possibly 2. 2 red states might turn blue. So I've written down, so I've got 3, I'll write this down with today's date. I'll come back and visit it after the election. So what's today's date? 29th of the 8th, 21. 3 purple states turn blue. 2 red states turn blue. Now I'm going to ask red states turning purple, which means really that Democrats hold one or the other of the houses of the Senate or the House. I'm so sorry to hear that, Shelby Lisa. Okay, will some red states turn purple? The Sun, that's a big yes. 5 of Pentacles, out in the cold. The Fool, big yes. King of Pentacles, the resources. 5 of Swords, out in the cold. Stubbornness, because they will not change. They will not change. They will believe in what they're doing, even though everything is telling them not to go that way. With states that because of the people who are running, are not listening. They're not listening. They're not listening. They've put their constituents out in the cold with the 5 of coins and the 5 of swords, because they're just win at any cost type people, determined to go through. 6, sharing deals. King of Pentacles. 4 of Wands, celebration. Queen of Wands, the Hermit. Some beacon, a light. Queen of Wands, intuition. I do feel, yeah. I don't think it's 4. How many will turn? 8. Hope. I think 2 or 3. 2 or 3 might turn purple, from red to purple. 2 to 3, red to purple. Okay, guys, coming up to the end now for the session. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for your support. It means so much to me. And oh, hi, Jane Fingley English. Thank you for joining us. It's lovely to see you. Hi, Yvonne Dendy. I'm fine. You're catching the last few minutes. So I've still got a few minutes to go. So if you have a question you want to ask, I've certainly got a few minutes to look at another question. Love to. We do want to go and do a train trip through America and through quite a few, as many states as we can fit in, really. So, but that will be still quite a few years in the future. So anyone got one last question? You want me to look at the news feed and I'll see what I can find there. Love you too. We love trains. We love traveling by train. I quite enjoy flying too. Okay, 4 hours ago, US holds talk with Taliban about footprint in country after withdrawal, says report. Let's have a look. All the US, so what does that mean? The US and its allies are engaging in broad talks about issues like migration, future. Hi, Karen Anderson. What will the Coldar fire in California, will it travel west, close to where I live? Okay. Yes, I think it will. Be prepared. It could move quicker than anticipated. People are working on it. I've got the Eight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles. This is the fire. Karen Anderson has asked about. And Three of Cups, support, people working hard. Page of Cups. There's going to be some emotional losses for people, not necessarily lives, hopefully, but, you know, some properties and things. Page of Swords, they're working hard. Yeah, some people might lose their homes and stuff. Page of Swords. I do think it might move a bit quicker than anticipated in some places, and that's going to have to shake things up. But yeah, but they're going to be putting more resources into it. They're going to try and get more resources to it from other areas, from other states. But with the hurricanes and all that creating havoc too. Ghislaine Maxwell. The rest of her life in jail, I think. She might get out. A good portion of her life in jail. Is Trump afraid of what she knows? Okay, interesting question. Is Trump afraid of what Ghislaine Maxwell knows? Let's have a quick look. Is Trump afraid of what Ghislaine Maxwell knows? Let's have a quick look. Thank you. Okay, is Trump afraid of what Ghislaine Maxwell knows? He's not afraid because he thinks she won't tell him. I don't think she's been to court yet, apart from her initial thing. Four of Pentacles, yeah, he does feel a little bit insecure about things that she knows. Not necessarily about Epstein's business, but she knows a lot about a lot of other things as well. Seven of Swords. Yeah, he's afraid she knows things that he's not going to be able to escape the consequences of. She knows about more than just Epstein's business. Six of Swords. Yeah, and that she might use that information to steer herself into calmer waters and all that. So, yeah, he's afraid. He's not feeling very secure about her. Ghislaine Maxwell. Very quick reading on her, and then I have to wrap it up. Two of Cups, manipulation, deals, making a deal. She looks like she might be thinking about making a deal with the authorities. She knows that her past actions are going to get her suspended in a place. So basically incarcerated for a period of time. She's not feeling very secure and very safe where she is. I do feel they're going to move her at some stage. Yeah, she's feeling a bit exposed too, but she has a lot of information about a lot of people that she could expose, and that's one of the reasons she's not feeling very safe. 10 of Cups. Not necessarily the Republicans, but 10 of Cups with family. Yeah, I felt like that should be reversed. She's going to end up isolated, of course, suspended, which I think is, Eight of Cups, yeah, with family and friends turning away from her. Eight of Swords, that is the jail. So, yeah, look, she is going to be incarcerated for quite a while. I don't think she'll spend the rest of her life there, but she will be a good bit older, possibly 10 to 20 years before she comes out. She's not that old, really, but she'll probably be maybe in her late 60s, 70s when she gets out. I don't know. Yeah. So she's looking to see what she can do to get some reductions, but people are worried about that. So is she safe? I do feel like they're going to move her. These two cards came out. Wheel of Fortune, Four of Swords. Yeah, I do think she'll be safe from efforts to retire her, but yeah, they're... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They did. There's even videos. So of them all together, you know. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I am going to wrap it up now. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed the rest of your weekend. I will be back Wednesday morning my time now, which is Tuesday night yours. I just don't feel like Tuesday night when there's so many people have to go to work and stuff like that. And yeah, and yeah, so I'll be doing Tuesday night the US time now, and Wednesday morning mine. So stay safe, stay healthy, stay loving, and stay strong. And I will see you in a couple of days. Bye-bye.